I'm hopped up on about 400 milligrams of caffeine, shirtless for some reason, and I'm ready to talk about some aliens. Let me put a shirt on first. I guess you can really see why they call us rednecks, though. Anyways, today I wanted to talk about these aliens because them aliens are maybe possibly confirmed to be real. Because today the U.S. government held a congressional hearing regarding the UAP or UFO phenomena, and it's going to include a testimony from a former military and intelligence personnel that I've actually made a video about and talked about before. His name is David Grush, the recent whistleblower who has been saying that the US government has in their possession alien life forms from a crashed alien spaceship. So you can watch that video if you want to be caught up on the lore and whatnot, but I'm just going to show you clips from the congressional hearing today and talk about that.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries, yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
So there's him stating the same thing that he has said before, but in video and audio form in front of a congressional hearing under oath. So now this is official. He is on the record in front of the government saying that aliens exist. The government has in their possession alien life forms as well as an alien spacecraft as a part of this top secret UAP. I'm going to call it UFO. They tried to change it to UAP. UFO just is more recognizable. Part of this UFO program that they've been trying to keep under wraps and not tell the American people. And he's now a whistleblower because he thinks everybody should know that we have came into contact with and actually possess alien materials and bodies. So why wouldn't there be other life form out there if we exist and the universe is nearly infinite? If you just think about it, it makes sense that way. But on to the next clip here. Here's him saying that these alien life forms could potentially be a threat to humanity.
So there has been activity by alien or non-human technology and or beings that has caused harm to humans.
I can't get into the specifics in an open environment, but at least the activity that I personally witnessed, and I have to be very careful here because they tell you never to acknowledge tradecraft, right? So what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing.
Okay.
You got to keep in mind that this dude was a former U.S. intelligence agent. The dude had insanely high clearance in the U.S. government, so he's going to know some things. He's going to know some secretive things. He was part of a top secret program. He knew some people directly involved in it, the people who he says went and recovered this crashed alien spacecraft and these bodies. And he is claiming that the alien life that is visiting Earth has done some things that he thinks him and his wife think are highly disturbing that he has personally seen. And you can claim he's insane. You can say he's completely gone bananas. But this, to me, is the most credible proof of alien life being on Earth that we've ever had. It's better than those grainy videos. It's better than that footage of the police who went up to a house and they said aliens crashed in their backyard. It's better than all of that because this dude is credible. He's not just some crazy homeless man who's walking down the streets of LA going, aliens are real, I can see them up there. But all he's really seeing is PCP hallucinations. You know, this dude actually has the background to back up what he's saying. And just the thought that alien life could be a threat to humanity is a very scary one, because if they have the capability to travel to Earth and visit and do these disturbing things, they most likely have the ability to just enslave humanity, wipe out humanity, drain Earth of all of its resources and whatnot. They could just do with us as they please, treat us like a little dog toy and just throw us around and have their way with us. Now that's this whole situation oversimplified for those of you who didn't want to sit through like a 3-hour congressional hearing. I didn't either. I watched like an hour of it, but I'm mainly just grabbing these clips off of Twitter and other random places. But now we're going to get into the specifics, talking about what these spacecrafts are and the technological capabilities of these aliens.
How do you know that these were not our aircraft?
Some of the behaviors that we saw in a working area, we would see these objects being at 0.0 Mach, that's zero airspeed, over certain pieces of the ground. So what that means, just like a river, if you throw a bobber in, it's going to float downstream. These objects were staying completely stationary in Category 4 hurricane winds. These same objects would then accelerate to supersonic speeds, 1.1, 1.2 Mach, and they would do so in very erratic and quick behaviors that I don't have an explanation for.
So that right there is Mr. Graves, who is a different person, obviously, than David Grush. I don't really know what his background is. I don't know if he has a similar government, U.S. intelligence background to back up, make him more credible. But he is saying very similar things, that he has witnessed these crafts and their technology, and that it is very freaking impressive. That's like an anime power move. This thing just took on Category 4 hurricane winds and said, Arnold Schwarzenegger hand, no. Halt. This UFO technology tells the hurricane winds how fast they should go. It doesn't play by the laws of physics or the laws of nature. It is the laws of nature. It bends reality. It warps space and time. And it doesn't have to obey anything. Which is frightening. Very frightening that that technology could be part of the same alien life that may want to do disturbing things to us. You can decide to believe it or not believe it. It doesn't really matter to me. I personally think this is just some really interesting stuff, that we have someone of this degree coming out and saying this, and that we live in a time where we pretty much have all but been confirmed that there is alien life out there and they have visited Earth, and nobody really cares. Like, I feel like if this happened about 20, 30 years ago, people would be running around the streets going crazy, being like, oh, the aliens are coming. Like the War of the Worlds situation, when people got scared by that being played on the radio, that hoax. I feel like they would be going absolutely crazy, just rampaging through the streets, making it look like the Avengers just fought a villain in there. And it's just, nobody's reacting. Everyone's like, huh, yeah, cool. I don't know if it's just TikTok and its repercussions on humanity, but something's going on. I feel like there should be a bigger reaction. Like, sure, it makes sense that they exist, but the fact they visited us and we have proof of that in the government currently, it's pretty crazy stuff, man. Stuff you hear out of a sci-fi movie. And people are just gonna, if this was like, they're just scrolling past it. They're just scrolling past it and they don't care. Anyways, I'm rambling, I'm ranting at this point. I'll catch you in the next one, man. Aliens are real.